Teaching people how to be safe is great. Teaching people what to do if something unsafe happens, even though they were trying to be safe, is a lot greater. We are awesome at teaching our kids, don't take candy from strangers, don't get in a car with someone you don't know. But unfortunately, about 9 times out of 10, strangers aren't going to be the people who are going to try to sexually abuse our children. It's going to be family members or friends of the parents, teachers, coaches, pastors, people that the family knows really well and trusts a lot. That can be really tough to talk about, but there are 3 big safety rules that your kids should know so that if this does happen to them, they know how to respond. Number 1, say no. Number 2, get away. Number 3, tell someone. So if someone tries to look at or touch the private parts of their body, if they try to expose themselves to them, 3 big rules: say no, get away, tell someone. It's important the child knows that even if they don't say no and even if they don't get away, it's still not their fault. You still believe them, and they should always, always, always tell someone. This is where the 5 people rule comes into play. So your child should always have 5 safe people they feel comfortable talking to if something uncomfortable happens to them, if someone tries to touch the private parts of their body. Now, when you go to ask your kids who their 5 safe grown-ups are, it is not uncommon for them to sometimes respond with a pet somewhere in there. So if your child does respond and say, I would tell Mittens, a good response there is going to be, okay, well, you can tell Mittens. Mittens is a really good listener, but Mittens might not be able to do enough to keep you safe, right? I'm sure there are a lot of safe grown-ups that would know what to do to keep you safe. Can you think of a few safe grown-ups you could tell? It's important you take them seriously when they're telling you about this because they're being really vulnerable. They're telling you who they feel safe with. What they need to know from you in any and all circumstances is that you believe them. So when they get to the dating age, 14, 15, 16, your preference there, they still need to have 5 people. Why do they still need 5 people? Because no matter how awesome of a parent you are, regardless, when they're in their teens years, when they're dating, they probably don't like you very much. So they need to have other safe grown-ups that they can tell if something unsafe happens to them. I'll be making another video on how to respond if your child discloses to you, because how you respond is huge in their healing process and moving forward. And then I'll make another video on teaching kids the body safety rule in a fun way. Meanwhile, find out who your kids' safe grown-ups are and keep being an awesome parent. Go you! Woo!